That hotel is being lifted on stilts. These are some of the prices here in Amsterdam. Ham and cheese sandwich, €3. Hot dog, $3.50. Waffle, $1.50. Beer, €3. That's crazy cheap. I made a video talking about how there's a niche, and this is that one can make money, and this is a duck store. It's just stuck like duck toys and squeaky ducks. This is pretty cool. And there's an Argentinian restaurant right here. There's this place here in Amsterdam called the Mexican. It's pretty cool. So this is Amsterdam. After so many years, so many decades, I am finally here. Fuck yes. This is what I've been waiting for a long time. So I came to Amsterdam, and when I left the train station, you see right next to, what do you call it, the freaking airport, it's connected right to a train station. And I got on the train station, and then I got as soon as I got out of the train station, it smelled like, you know, like what you would expect it to smell like. And then everywhere I was going, I smelled it, and it doesn't bother me. And this is awesome. This is freaking awesome. I wonder how deep this canal is. Probably really deep. That bell sounds like AC/DC's song. Maybe they got it from this. This is pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. I'm censoring myself more because of YouTube not being all for freedom of speech, apparently. They censor you like crazy. I mean, I understand if something's age restricted, but if you have a problem with your kids being on YouTube, don't let your kids go on YouTube. Oh, it smells like, you know what? Oh. Yes. I found this doner pizza place here, and it's pretty cool. They have some really affordable doner kebabs. This is a doner kebab here in Amsterdam, and it smells like Mexican food, and it's very spicy. I can smell the spice. So this is doner kebab, and the bread tastes like one of those handmade tortillas. So I think it's they make it here handmade. They sell also doner pizzas. Pretty cool. Turkey pizzas with doner. This is a rolled up pizza with doner ingredients. It's enormous. It's literally bigger than my head. Big and a half, and it's got like doner stuff. It's got cheese. Basically, it's a rolled up pizza with doner ingredients. It's an enormous doner kebab pizza. The beauty of that doner kebab pizza. I ripped it in half, and still it's pretty big. That's so good. The sauces. I found this doner pizza place here, and it's pretty cool. They have some really affordable doner kebabs. This is a doner kebab here in Amsterdam, and it smells like Mexican food, and it's very spicy. I can smell the spice. This is doner kebab, and the bread tastes like one of those handmade tortillas. So I think it's they make it here handmade. They sell also doner pizzas. Pretty cool. Turkey pizzas with doner. This is a rolled up pizza with doner ingredients. It's enormous. It's literally bigger than my head. Big and a half, and it's got like doner stuff. It's got cheese. Basically, it's a rolled up pizza with doner ingredients. It's an enormous doner kebab pizza. The beauty of that doner kebab pizza. I ripped it in half, and still it's pretty big. That's so good. The sauces. It is around 7 a.m. right now in Amsterdam. I woke up a while ago. I haven't eaten in about 12 hours. I'm thirsty. I'm heading to a supermarket that supposedly opens at 7. I'm gonna get myself some chocolates, maybe a pastry, 0-calorie flavored water if they happen to have it. And also, maybe some chocolates for my family back in America. One thing about Amsterdam I noticed is that it reminds me of Paris in a way, due to all the stuff that's on the ground. But I've noticed that this place appears to have more people that talk to themselves than Paris. Now, if you're offended by me saying this, don't be. I'm not criticizing your city. I'm just narrating what I see. Talking about what I see. It does not bother me. It's just that I found it unusual. And at the same time, it's understandable. Amsterdam is a party city. Where there's legalized weed, perhaps there's going to be more consumption of it. And where there's more consumption of it, there's going to be people that are susceptible to certain illnesses, such as schizophrenia, that have their genes triggered. Such as studies, I think I found that in states where they have legalized marijuana in the U.S., there's more incidences of murder, of people's schizophrenia being triggered, and them having a paranoid fit of that, or incident. Now, also, I mean, since it's known as a party city, there's probably going to be more drinking and whatnot. This place is going to draw people perhaps more to its liberal views on alcohol and marijuana, and I like the liberal views of it, because even though this place may not be the most clean city that I've been to, if not, it might be the dirtiest, right up there with Paris, or even more so. I think this might actually be the dirtiest city I've ever been to. Like, look at all these cigarettes. But aside from that, the architecture is beautiful. The city looks much more beautiful. It looks much more fun than Paris. Paris does have its cool areas, such as Latin quarters. You know, the Louvre was pretty architecturally pleasing to the eye. Hey, look, there's something that says magic mushrooms, 2 minutes. Pretty fucking cool. These are some pastries, some of which I have not seen before, and some which are very familiar. That type of pastry I've never seen. It looks like it's cocoa or cheese on top, and the prices are not bad. Really good prices. But I can tell they're more expensive than Romania. More expensive than what do you call it? Czech Republic and Poland. But obviously we're in a richer country. That's like 45 cents maybe, or 40 cents. Not bad, not bad. Man, Europeans really like bread. Maybe that's why I like bread. Because I'm like half European. And it might be in my genes. Or it might just be because my gut bacteria got used to eating bread, because I come from a Hispanic household and we consume a lot of bread. I mean, tortilla is essentially like bread. And we used to have access to that pretty much every day. So I got the cheese one. And this one that has masala and panela. It's basically Indian inside of it. Not bad. Maybe I should get something else. Something that is more... Nah, maybe for tomorrow. Maybe something more Dutch. Well, I'll get some Dutch candy right now. This is Tony's Chocolates, but I don't think it's... No, I think it might be European. Yeah, I think it might be European. I think you might have heard about this not too long ago. It's about the guy who wanted to make a chocolate that, you know, doesn't use child slave labor. And it's not that bad for the price, $2.19. It looks like a very thick and heavy, like there's lots of chocolate in there, lots to eat from. Rolling for that amount of price, not bad. That's pretty affordable. Well, that's because I come from California. Everything fucking feels affordable. Man. They sell jarritos here in Holland. That's pretty cool, jarritos. And they sell this strawberry milk stuff and they sell this Mentos drink. I've never seen a Mentos drink. I'm gonna have to buy that. They sell this Mentos drink here in the Netherlands. I'm 100% gonna buy that. I want to know what a Mentos drink tastes like. They sell these hazelnut milk chocolates for 59 cent euro, and those dark chocolates for 59 cent euro. Holy crap! Chocolates in this country are so affordable. It's crazy. So this is a Mentos drink here in the Netherlands, Amsterdam. It's got some jelly in it. It tastes really fucking good. It's got little pieces of like jelly, like of the candy. Jelly shake bites. Shake it says. I'm probably gonna buy this again. So this is a empanada here in the Netherlands, but instead of, you know, some Spanish type of thing, they have like chicken tikka masala in there, and it's pretty good. It's actually not that bad. It's really affordable. So this is another street. I've noticed that, like, coming into freaking this city, into this country, there's canals all over the Netherlands that I saw from the plane, and surprisingly, it was actually not that far from the ground. Like, they flew pretty close to the ground in comparison to other countries and places I've been to before they land. And there's so many fucking canals in this. Like, if my pictures come out all looking the same, well, that's because there's a shitload of canals that look like this. Except some streets have more color because of the neon lights and more people. Depending on what part of Amsterdam I'm in, like De Wallen has a shitload of people. That's the red light district. That's also the place where they sell overpriced beer. Like, it's crazy. I saw the price of a beer for 12 euros, a Heineken, at one street, and like fucking 3 streets over, a Heineken was like 3 euros. Because it's also depending on where you're drinking. Like, you're not just paying for the beer, but where you're drinking at. Drinking it in. It smells like piss here. This is one of those famous piss corners in Amsterdam. Like, it's crazy. It's so liberal here. This whole place smells like piss, marijuana, and alcohol. I knew what I was getting myself into before I came here, but so far I like Denmark more. Denmark was pretty cool. Like, by now, if I was in Denmark, I would have made friends. Shit, I would have made friends in Denmark like 2 or 3 hours into fucking being in Denmark. And also because Denmark is home to some of my favorite film directors of all time, Lars von Trier and Nicholas Winding Refn. And also, I enjoyed a film or two by Carl Theodor Dreyer. Sweden also has a director that I really like called Ingmar Bergman. I've seen The Seventh Seal and Wild Strawberries, the 2 most famous ones. I tried getting into Persona, but I just couldn't, but one day I'll probably watch it. I also downloaded Fanny and Alexander. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch more of his films. But one of the reasons why I come to Europe so much, aside from the woman, like what interested me in this continent was all those European films I used to watch. I used to watch a shitload of European films, specifically French films. And I have seen Belgian films, like the films of Michael Haneke. I'm not pronouncing it correctly because, well, I'm not European. I won't pronounce it with the Austrian accent. I also like this film called Wings of Desire by Wim Wenders, or how the Germans pronounce it, the correct way, Wim Wenders. Just another day in the life of Josh from Bakersfield. I was talking to a Peruvian Spanish man. He was born in Peru, but he's got Spanish blood, and he legally lives in Spain. And I told him, you know, I'm going to end up living in Europe. And he said, yeah, I believe you. Like, I can just see it. The way you are, like, I can just totally see it. The way he said it gave me, like reassurance that I did not need. Just like, he affirmed this reality of mine that I'm going to end up in Europe. And there's one dude, he was telling me, like, Josh, you may not be the tallest, most handsome motherfucker. You're not going to be having the best set of hair. But someone like you can get a Swedish girl. And then, like, a couple days ago, I was talking to a Swedish girl, and she basically was talking to me. She said, like, where are you going? Like, if you go up to, like, if you're going to the north, she was saying eventually, like, I can put you into contact with someone. And she said she wouldn't mind hanging out with me in Sweden. Like, guys and girls don't hang out normally unless one is interested in the other. And but I was also told by this other Swedish person, like, no, Josh, you can end up with a Swedish girl. And then one said, like, no, you will. And I have been with only one Swedish girl in Melbourne, Australia. But I was like, well, the experience was nice. Probably will never happen again because Swedish girls have such high standards. And he was like, no, Josh, you don't get it. You're a Latino from California. You're interesting. You're interesting to talk to. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And everybody tells me I'm very smart. I'm very knowledgeable, very educated, and I could just hold a conversation with people. And everybody tells me that. Even in the U.S., they're like, no, Josh, you know how to hold a conversation. You're really, really social. So that helps a lot for someone like me. Like right now, like I was thinking about all the connections and contacts I have. Because if you're a friendly person, and if you're in many countries in Europe, you can make friends easily. It'll be harder in countries like Poland, I think. Belarusians they've been nice to me. Yeah, I have contacts in Belarus. I have contacts in China, Australia, fucking Japan. What is it? Israel, Sweden, Spain, Germany, Denmark, Ecuador, Peru, Italy, Mexico, US, and other countries that I'm forgetting now because there's just so many, so freaking many. So also, if like you're a guy who's from the US and you're a bit shy and you want to travel, and if you have a locker and your hostel's a locker, make sure it has a locker. It could be a pleasant experience. Occasionally, sometimes, you know, you might have a terrible roommate, maybe too smelly, too much of a fucking drunken asshole. Maybe he might pee on his bed if he drinks too much and he's on the top bunk bed. But you don't need to stay in hostels if you have the money. But if you're a young guy, odds are you may not be able to afford to stay in like really expensive hotels for a prolonged period of time. But even if you can, because you might only be wanting to go somewhere for 5 days, 7 days, maybe sometimes it's best for you to stay in a fucking hostel. Because you'll make more friends. I've stayed in hotels and hostels. Hotels have its pros, but you'll make friends much more easily. And if you stay in a hostel, odds are, for the most part, it'll be a pleasant experience. If you choose the right hostel, look at the reviews. You'll make friends. They'll invite you to go out and drink or go to a restaurant. Like today, this Italian-Argentinian girl, she invited me for tomorrow to go drink some like tea or something like that. And I was like, oh, she's very friendly. But to be honest, girls to me tend to be friendly almost everywhere I go. They tend to invite me and whatnot. I like it. I love it. So yesterday I tried one of the famous brownies here in Amsterdam, and it was really powerful. I was under the influence for 12 hours or so, maybe more. The peak was probably, I don't know, like 3-4 hours into the trip. I don't remember, man. But it was intense. It wasn't that many, it was just about a gram's worth. The thing is that THC might have been really high. It was a really good brownie. I've never had an edible that was that, it hit that strong. I'm kind of tempted on doing it again because I felt really relaxed, and also I felt really uncomfortable as too. It's a paradox. I was switching back and forth. This area here reminds me of Guadalajara, almost Madrid. But Madrid smelled more like weed. It's been an interesting 2 days that I've been here. This is It's gonna be my third night here. But the first night I arrived during, well, the night. I didn't arrive during the day. So far I've experienced 3 evenings in 2 days. I arrived on the 2nd. No, wait. No, I arrived on the 5th. And I'll be heading out on the 8th to Switzerland. I'm gonna try some of this famous cheese. Not bad. Tastes like cheddar cheese. Tastes like cheddar cheese. They got a burger joint next to a Mexican restaurant, next to a Spanish-like restaurant, next to an Asian place, I think. Yes, that's Amsterdam. It's an international city. It's not like the rest of Amsterdam, but there's some pros to it. There's a lot of variety of things to do and see. Just another day in the life of Josh from Bakersfield. The legend, man. Legend of Zelf.
I wouldn't say a lot.
It's crazy how attractive some of these women might be. But for me personally, like, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen were in Germany, Spain, and ironically California. Even though we got our problems, there's still quite a lot of nice looking women over there. There's a supermarket with a bunch of pot stuff. I can't believe they call that a supermarket when it's all like, that's crazy. This is the most Dracula looking restaurant I have ever seen. This is in Amsterdam. Pretty cool. This is Amsterdam. It is a much more gorgeous architecturally city than I thought it was going to be. It's a really good looking place. Amsterdam was pretty cool. More people and it's more expensive than I thought it was going to be. It seems like almost yesterday since I first arrived. It's almost as if I did nothing but eat, drink, and eat chocolate. Eat lots of water. Dutch women are gorgeous. This is a really, really awesome city. But it's really expensive. And my appetite for drugs is not strong. So I could have enjoyed it more if I partook in consuming psychedelic drugs. You can buy these huge cheeses here in Amsterdam. This is pretty cool. This 14-month-old cheese is so good. It is the best cheese I've had ever. This cheese is aged for 36 months. And it's so freaking good. So the cheeses were some of the best I've ever had this year. Last year I had some really good cheeses though. I think they were Australian cheeses. But these cheeses, I won't ever forget them. The type of texture and how old they were. I've never had a cheese that old, I don't think so. There's this cheese that I had in the US. It was aged quite a bit, but I don't know how they can preserve the cheese. How can it age for 3 fucking years? That's crazy. So being here in Amsterdam, I felt safer than in Bakersfield. Bakersfield, California is usually a city where people that cannot make it anywhere else end up. in as a last resort because they don't have the necessary skills to be able to get a good enough job to pay for a comfortable life in the relatively affordable parts of California. And if you believe that you have the same right and you're equal like, let's say you're a parking lot attendant or a janitor or a fry cook, which are things we need laborers, but if you think you have the same worth, if you provide the same amount of highly desirable service as somebody who opens businesses and is highly successful and can afford to live in San Francisco or a place like that, then you're arrogant. If you think you have the same worth, you deserve the same, that's communism. Everybody being equal? Well, no. Humans are not equal. Some people are taller, some people are shorter, some people are thinner, some people are uglier, some people are better at driving a vehicle, some other people are better at fishing. Maybe somebody's really skilled at hunting, but they're terrible as a mechanic. Nobody is equal. Or at least most people are not equal. This here is a shopping center. It looks like a central station, a European central station. But no, it's basically a shopping mall inside. So I'm getting this chili Dutch cheese. I heard that the cheese out here is really good. It's only €3 and 50 something cents. Cheese is very, very popular over here in Holland. Maybe because they just have so many, for €1.50, so many cows. So this cheese right here, it's got mold. I've always wanted to try molded cheese, that's been aged. It's only €1.50. I'm definitely taking this. They sell dried sausages here in Amsterdam. This is pretty cool. Really freaking cool. And this cheese, it's not even refrigerated, I just realized. So they literally make your pizza right in front of you here in the Netherlands. Well, in this store, this grocery store. Pizza on demand. Europe sounds just the way it's pictured in the film The Bourne Legacy, whatever it's called. No, The Bourne Identity. Or whatever those films are called. The Bourne trilogy. I've seen every single one of them. So this is Anne Frank's house. It seems like they made a cafe or whatnot. I'm not sure of the bottom parts of the building, and probably they kept the top. I'm not sure, but this is where Anne Frank lived. Perhaps they rebuilt it, but this is where she lived in the attic, maybe all the way upstairs. And I can't believe all these people came just to see where she lived, which is kind of nuts. They're celebrating her life, or I don't know. They just want to see something famous. So this is Anne Frank's house. Obviously, a lot of this is new, but this is where Anne Frank lived. And the thing is, I'm aware of somebody who's lived the worst life than the average Bakersfield person. She lived in her attic for the most part without really much to do. Like, she didn't have Nintendo. She didn't have a TV set, no Netflix, no iPads, no Tesla. It's crazy. This is where Anne Frank lived, and well, for the most part, I grew up thinking that I was living in a prison in Bakersfield because it was boring, and it felt like there was actively always someone trying to kill me, because that's how it feels in Bakersfield, because so many people, like my friends' acquaintances, were murdered, but not in Bakersfield, but somewhere else. But they had ties to Bakersfield, but they were innocent people. And Anne Frank is an innocent person. I'm an innocent person. Anne Frank had to feel fear for her life more than me, in a way. But yeah, living in Bakersfield kind of felt like I was Anne Frank. This is where Anne Frank used to live. Her life was almost as bad as someone that used to live in Bakersfield or lives in Bakersfield. It's the same thing. You're bored, locked up in an attic, trying to survive every day. That's how it is. It's just a fucking stressful ass thing living in Bakersfield. Bakersfield is a piece of shit. Fuck that whole town. That city's evil, like the Nazis. This is Anne Frank's house. I think she lived up in the attic. Finally, someone who's lived a worse life, at least in their last years, than the average Bakersfield person. Aquí vivió la jovencita Anne Frank. Final, alguien que vivió una vida más peor que el típico adolescente en Bakersfield. Porque un adolescente en Bakersfield se está muriendo de aburrimiento. Yo tenía temor caminando las calles de Bakersfield porque era muy peligroso. Siempre sentía como cualquier momento una bala perdida me iba a disparar. Yeah. So Amsterdam so far has been better than Bakersfield. Sure, there's a lot of homeless people here, not as many as Bakersfield. You know, the surprising thing is that Amsterdam is actually dirtier than Bakersfield. It's crazy how dirty it is, but the women are much more beautiful here. They're so friendly people. Like the foreigners here, so nice. I like it here, but it's it could be a better city. It could be cleaner. It's a very noisy city. Ironically, there is a noise right next to me. But that's because it's a kind of a big city, and even a bigger tourist city than Bakersfield. My city of Bakersfield is mostly a tourist, like it's a place where tourists in California and regular people from California outside of the country will stop by just to fill up their tank. So don't believe me, it's not a tourist area. I can't think of any tourism that is done in Bakersfield, except maybe people wanting to go see where Charles Manson died. People wanting to go see where Korn is from, or they're Buck Owens fans and they want to go to the Crystal Palace. So now that I think about it, I mean, there are some places in Bakersfield that niche, like specific people that might go there for tourism purposes. But it's not like Marseille or, you know, someplace like Spain, like Mallorca, where people go to regardless if they know the history of the area and whatnot, the culture. No, and it's not like that. Like, I went to Rome without knowing much about the Romans, except for all the horrible shit the Roman emperors did, because, you know, I have access to YouTube and I've seen those videos. But I didn't even went for that. I just went to cross it off my bucket list to see what was Rome like. But that's not how it is in Bakersfield. Like, I've met tourists in Bakersfield that they weren't there to tour Bakersfield. They just so happened to be, you know, driving through and they're like, oh, I want to eat something. And they stop there. Like this group of Germans. Right? Fucking Germans are hot as fuck. But they were all mostly middle-aged men. And some women. Yeah. What else is Bakersfield known for that people only want to go to? Well, I've heard somebody made a joke like, oh, just people go there for meth. I'm like, that's not true. People could get meth anywhere. So, you know, unless they have a big connect in Bakersfield, like that's selling by the kilos, I think. Because I've heard on the news a lot of people being stopped with a shitload of drugs in Bakersfield. And there is illegal drug use here. But it seems to be tolerated more. I'm not saying you won't get arrested. I'm just saying that from what I've seen, it seems like they don't really give too much about it. Like, I've been here for 3 days, and I've only heard the police like 2 or 3 times. In Bakersfield, I would have heard it leaving my house, going to my house, fucking in bed, waking up, at work, on lunch, etc. Because, you know, I'm living in the real Gotham City. Well, that's how California in general is like Gotham City, but just some cities are much more dangerous. I blame the Democrats. Well, that's pretty interesting. Oh, they're space cakes. So they sell fucking literal drugs in this pastry. It also just says regular pastries. Pretty cool. Some lollipops. Man, I haven't found that doner kebab place. Oh, there it is, Istanbul restaurant. I guess I'm just gonna chill for a while. Maybe go into a coffee shop. Not that kind of coffee shop. Man, the amount of stuff you can purchase around here, stores, it's insane. There's this, like when I was about 11 years old, I had a guy show me a pin in middle school, and he said, "Hey, look, check this out." And the pin, like a button, it said, "I'd rather be in Amsterdam." And I was like, "Amsterdam? What's Amsterdam?" And he says, "Oh, it's a city, you know, where weed is legal." I think he said it's in Europe. And ironically, for some reason, I think he still hasn't visited Amsterdam. I have. That's kind of like in high school. Like I took French, and I think I was at the bottom of my class. Yet I think I might have been the only one to have gone, because in Bakersfield, a lot of people get married young, or not necessarily married young. They get knocked up young, or fall into expensive hobbies, more expensive than mine. They fall into the hobby of what do you call it? Doing drugs or cars. I knew this one dude, he was like way younger than me. He was like 24 or 22, and he had like $50,000 in cars. Like, he just kept on adding shit to his cars. Hey, look, a corn shirt. I found Bakersfield here. My people. I found a corn shirt in Amsterdam. I found a little bit of Bakersfield. So I'm from Bakersfield. Meets a shirt on the guys who are from Bakersfield. Bakersfield meets Bakersfield in Amsterdam. The worst city on the planet. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's Delano. Potato. Oh, there's a place that just specializes in French fries. You see, I found this restaurant here that just specializes apparently on French fries, because all I see is French fries. I see no other fucking menu. Just potatoes. This is pretty cool. This is what I've been talking about. Like maybe opening a simple restaurant in California that specializes in one or two or three things. Maybe I should open something like this up in Bakersfield. A restaurant that's very simple, that sells 1, 2, or 3 items. I've never seen anything like this. The closest thing would be probably In-N-Out, because they have way fewer items than McDonald's. But In-N-Out is just way better. Because if maybe you just focus on one thing, you keep on trying to improve that one thing, it gets better and better, and you learn how to do it just way better. You focus on it, so you end up with really good French fries or that specific item. I went to this one place in Romania that specializes in French fries, and they were the best French fries I've ever had in my whole life.
Oh yeah, spicy.
Spicy.
Coffee shop, the store. People here are fucking gorgeous. These are the prices here of the coffees in Amsterdam. Fresh mint tea. This is actually not that bad compared to Starbucks. Right now, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Coffee latte. Huh, espresso. What is a coffee latte? Caramel latte macchiato. I've had that one. Coffee latte. Let's see. Fuck it. I'll just get a large one. A cookie. Nah. No cookie. To order. Now I'm gonna get a burger. Let's see how much are the burgers. What the fuck? Menu? Holy crap. This is cheap. Veggie nuggets. Grilled chicken $1.95. Double chili chicken. cheeseburger, hamburger. Wow. So this is a chili chicken burger. It's like €2.49 here in McDonald's in Amsterdam, Netherlands. This is my latte macchiato. I just put some sugar in it, and I'm gonna put whatever this is in it. So this is a doner kebab. It's gonna cost me like almost $20, but it's got these sauces, and I'm in an Istanbul restaurant. This is pretty neat. This looks like a tortilla. I'm gonna put some in the chili. It's really good. So I'm waiting for my train so I can go to Switzerland. Yes.